So, good morning. I spoke about this last quarter. So, something I wanted to go over were common character archetypes that we would find across all types of literature and all types of media and stories. So, an archetype, by its general definition, is a recurring symbol or motif, which is an idea or an element that we find across stories. So, even though details of the stories are different, we find the same types of symbols or traits from characters. So the first genre of character is the hero. This hero will pursue a great quest to realize his or her destiny. Whether they end up on this quest willingly or not, it changes from character to character, but they usually find themselves on this quest or this journey or this adventure. So the first type of hero is the epic hero, who's part divine and they are strong in battle. These are kind of like the brawny types of heroes. We're doing Greek mythology, so we can probably identify a lot of epic heroes. The next type of hero is the everyman hero, and this type of hero is someone that we can identify with the most because they are the ordinary person that are put in extraordinary circumstances. So whether or not, like I said, whether or not they were willingly part of this journey or not, they find themselves part of it, and they find themselves having to be the hero. And like I said, they are the everyday person. This is the classic type of hero. This is the most common hero that we've probably found throughout a lot of stories. It's the willing hero. They display confidence. They display strength. They are self-motivated. And at the end of the day, they're willing to put their lives down on the line for something that they believe in is right. Then there's a reluctant hero. So this person was not trying to be a hero, not necessarily trying to be a villain, but they were just kind of trying to go about their day when outside forces, their situation kind of pushed them into the role as a hero. So depending on how you see it, we could say they were at the wrong place, but they were there at the right time because they were that person kind of needed to be the hero during that type of situation. And finally, we have the hero. So the anti-hero is pretty much someone who does heroic deeds. They are the hero of the story. They save people's lives. They go on these journeys, but they lack conventional heroic qualities. So maybe they're not as valiant or as kind or as I wouldn't say brave, but they're not as they're not like Superman, where like everyone's like kind of happy to see them. So these are usually they're very gruff. They're very lonerish, and they're very very in some ways they kind of look out just for themselves. So the next type of heroes the next type of characters we're looking at are the villains. So the shadow represents everything in us that is buried, repressed, and denied. And they are often represented by the villain of the story, who is the hero's foil. So a foil, think of foil like yin and yang. So there's the hero. So our hero would be Luke Skywalker, who represents all that is good. And then the foil, which is the yang, which is Darth Vader, represents all that is dark, that is evil. And then we have the devil, who is the personification of evil. They are usually an outcast, and they are usually a creature of nightmare in their true form. So I used kind of Ursula as a way to kind of make an example of that. And then there's the trickster, who pushes others towards change. Who they usually break the rules and conventions of behavior, and they often switch forms and genders. So the trickster will usually be a minor villain, and they could usually end up being a very tense ally as well. But they are somebody that doesn't really conform to the rules and everything. And they're kind of there to kind of cause chaos.